A very good morning to all of you. Today we will discuss nucleus, centrosomes and centrioles, cilia and flagella. Okay, so let's start with cilia and flagella first of all. So, cilia and flagella, basically what happens is that they are the hair like outgrowths of the cell membrane. Okay, they cilia are basically, you can also, like, it's very simple language that has been written here, that they are basically hair like outgrowths of the cell membrane. Cilia are very small structures which work like, look, causing the movement of either the cell or the surrounding fluid. Okay, then flagella are comparatively longer and resulting or responsible for the cell movement. The prokaryotic bacteria also possess flagella, but these are structurally different from that of the eukaryotic flagella. The electron microscopic study of a cilium or the flagellum shows that they are covered with plasma membrane. Their core, called the axoneme, possess a number of microtubules running parallel to the long axis. The axoneme usually has 9 doublets of radially arranged peripheral microtubules and a pair of centrally located microtubules. Such an arrangement of axonomal microtubules is referred to as the 9 plus 2 array. Basically, if you talk about cilia and flagella, the main thing that you need to remember is they are basically longer, firstly. Then secondly, the most important thing about cilia and flagella is that they are responsible for the movement of the cell. Okay. Next, if you see centrosome and centrioles. Centrosome basically is an organelle, okay, which basically contains two structures that are called as centrioles. Okay, these centrioles are basically surrounded by amorphous pericentriolar materials. Okay, but the centrioles, if you see both of the centrioles in a centrosome, they are perpendicular to each other. Okay, now they are made up of 9 evenly spaced peripheral fibrils of tubulin protein. Each of the peripheral fibrin is a triplet. Now the adjacent triplets are also linked over here. Okay, the central part of the this region of the centriole is also proteinaceous, are called as hub. They are basically proteinaceous in nature. They are connected with the tubules of the peripheral triplets by radial spokes made of protein. Okay. Next, if I talk about nucleus, what are nucleus? Nucleus as a cell organelle. Firstly, it was described by Robert Brown. Okay. Then later on, the material of the nucleus that was stained by the basic dye was given the name chromatin by Fleming. So if I talk about the interface nucleus, when it was not basically dividing, it was highly extended and it elaborated to the nucleoprotein fibers called chromatin. Okay. Next, if you see here, there is a perinuclear space. This perinuclear space basically forms a barrier between the materials that are present inside the nucleus and along with that of the cytoplasm also. Okay. Here, the diagram is being shown here. You can see the nucleoplasm, you can see the nucleolus, you can see the pores of the nucleus and the nuclear membrane as well. Membrane, what the membrane will do? Your house is having a roof. What the roof does? Exactly whatever the roof does to your house, this is the work of the membrane or the nuclear membrane over here. Okay, next, if you see, you may recall that the interface nucleus has a loose and indistinct network of nucleoprotein fibers called chromatin. But during different stages of cell division, cells show structured chromosomes in place of the nucleus. Now the chromatin, what chromatin does? It basically contains DNA, some basic proteins called histones. Some non-histonic proteins are also basically your RNA. Okay, a single human cell has approx 2-meter long thread of DNA. If I talk about a single human cell, if I am taking a single human cell, so it will be basically, it will be a 2-meter long thread of DNA. Okay. Next, Every chromosome visible only in dividing cells essentially has a primary construction or the centromere on the sides of which disc-shaped structures called kinetochores are present. Centromere holds the two chromatids of a chromosome. You can hear the term centro. Centro means beech mein, in the center. So what it does, it holds the two radiants or the two blocks of those centromeres, centrioles. Okay. Next, like here, sometimes a few chromosomes have non-staining secondary constriction at a constant location. This gives appearance of a small fragment called the satellite microbodies. Now micro, look, there are two terms, micro and macro. Micro means small units, macro means large units. Okay, so there is a distinct difference between the two, and you need to remember the difference between both of them. Okay, if we take a look of that as a whole, so what we studied is basically the like if you know, you should remember this ribosomes, the work of ribosomes. What is the work of ribosomes? They are basically the sites for the protein synthesis. The proteins are being synthesized in the ribosomes. Okay, if I talk about these cilia and flagella, what is their work? They are basically responsible for the movement of the cell. You can say what are like cilia are basically the hair-like outgrowths, like small hair-like outgrowths. Okay, and apart from all these things, if you see what are the, yeah, you can see the diagram over here. Wait, I'll let you look. This is a kinetochore, and this is basically the diagram of chromosome along with a kinetochore. Okay, here you can see the centromere. What the centromere is doing? Centromere is holding and binding the two centrioles. Okay, so I hope this much is understood to you. Next we'll discuss in the next class. Thank you, class.